Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it around. Disco lady. Whew, what's up, y'all? It's your man Rico. I know y'all shocked to see me on this Facebook Live because I've been doing all my videos on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. But this is something that I wanted to do because it has more of a local feel to it. So hold on a second. Wait a minute. I just came from running, working out, so forgive me. I don't mean to move the phone like this so much. But yeah, we got to get summer ready. That's my goal. So if you haven't begun yet, it's never too late. Of course, it's never too late to make a change. But if you say, you want that summer body, the summer, you start building the summer body in the winter. Or you can start the first day of spring, like March. You can start April, because if the goal is to be ready for June 1st, well, you still, 2 months is cool. You can make it happen. But anyway, let me get to it. Most recently, in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, there was a student protest that happened on the campus of University of Memphis. And let me know if this breeze is chopping up my message. Just let me know, and I'll just stop it and get to a calmer place and do this video over. But until you let me know, I'll keep going. On the campus of University of Memphis, most recently, there's a chapter on that campus called Turning Point. Y'all have heard of Turning Point, right? Turning Point, if you haven't, it's the conservative organization that has given us people like Candace Owens. Who else? Turning Point. I guess she's the most popular out of Turning Point. Then she moved on to the Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro and all that kind of crap. But yeah, it's a conservative. That little bastard. What's that little guy name? He's a little black dude, but he's very Oreo and has a very southern accent. He's probably about 21 years old. Goes to some PWI. He's him. And I think, But anyway, so they invited Kyle Rittenhouse, the little 17-year-old little bastard who traveled from out of the state to go to Kenosha with an AR rifle, and he got confronted by two Caucasians and a Mexican liberals who were trying to get at him, and he ended up killing two and wounding one, and people all up in an uproar, and they tried to make it like, hey, you know what it was. You heard all the arguments, right? And so he went in, he cried crocodile tears during his little case, and he was found not guilty of murder, manslaughter, all that stuff. This was, he was 18. Okay, 2024, he's 21 years old, and Turning Point has hired him to go around the country talking about, I guess, gun laws, I guess the right to bear arms, and whatever script they gave him. Because let me tell you something. If y'all go and look at that little bastard, and the way he presented himself in that case, and way he presented himself via cell phone footage at that Kenosha uprising. By the way, Kenosha is where the cops shot the black dude who was walking away from them out there, wrestled and tussled with him. They shot him in the back like 15 times, paralyzed him from the neck down. That Kenosha. And he decided he thought it was a good idea to drive where he was to, of course he was saying in this video, Kyle Rittenhouse, little bastard. Well, they needed businesses protected. protecting when the rioting was going on, and I drove down there to help in protecting businesses, and I'm the kind of person, I'll protect anyone who's in harm's way, blah, blah, blah. It kind of gives me that Buffalo shooter vibes, or that same, around the same age, young white guy, drove all the way from upstate New York to Buffalo, or he was like 2 or 3 hours away to murder all those blacks in the grocery store there. Why? And the question still remains, Kyle Rittenhouse, why the hell did you do all that? Well, I'm trying to give you all the background for those of you who've been under a rock, don't know what's going on, and barely keep up with what's going on in popular culture. So, and I had my own question, like, what that little bastard doing riding up there? But again, these little hicks, they don't have to have a legitimate reason to get involved in some shit if they think they're gonna get a chance to use their guns to kill folks. And he was able to get off. So Turning Point decided to hire him and put him on tour to talk about what, I'm telling you, they had to give him the what's called a Turning Point speech. They had to give him the Turning Point speech because he's ignorant as a box of, man, I'm telling you, vanilla wafers or Nilla wafers. He's not intelligent worth a damn, but they gave him the script to read. And so, all right, the organization on campus at the University of Memphis thought it was a good idea to invite him under the guise of freedom of speech. I get all of that, and it's cool. I'm with it. I believe in freedom of speech. I do. First Amendment, Second Amendment, I believe in all of that. And so, this is what I'm getting to. The black students took serious umbrage with him being invited. I mean, they went online and made it a social media campaign, and they said, hey, we're going to come and disrupt it. And they were telling people to, hey, come and disrupt it, and we're going to make sure he's not heard. What's up, Luke? And so they showed up and showed out. And some were able to enter the speech, and they interrupted the speech to the point that the young man, who I guess he's the president of the debate club there, he asked him a question about Charlie Kirk. And you can't ask a young 21-year-old who was an ignorant little 17-year-old who hadn't been to anybody's college or participated in any type of book reading, ask him anything that goes beyond the script that Turning Point USA gave that little bastard. And so, the little black kids at, by the way, University of Memphis only comprises of 37% black kids. So, and they were just so hurt and so insulted. And yeah, they went, they showed their ass. And so he not being equipped and prepared enough to handle that type of pressure, well, he gave up and he was escorted out. As he was trying to leave, those same black kids were beating drums and all this kind of stuff. And it looked in the video as if they were trying to impede his ability to remove himself from the campus. They had the Tennessee National Guard, was it state troopers, that escort him out, and they didn't. I'm like, damn, he's leaving. So y'all, you won, I guess. He's leaving. It's the craziest thing, but this is where I want to go with it. I've often said that the 1990s was the last decade of producing intelligent and black-minded black students. I want to say to you students at the University of Memphis, you black kids, who was just so up in arms about that Kyle Rittenhouse visit. You know what? You're free to protest whoever you want to, because I did when I was a student. And I believe that they were legitimate. But one thing about it, it's so much that the students can be, and by the way, I believe we can walk and chew gum at the same time. I know it. But it was just something weird about that. I don't know. I just want to say to those black students who were so upset that the university allowed him to speak under the guise of freedom of speech. Did you know that there isn't a chapter of Turning Point USA at Lemoyne College? at Tennessee State, at Knoxville College, and any HBCU. I just find it amazing when these black kids go on these white campuses, all of a sudden they feel the need to, I guess, express their voices about, I guess, what they consider to be racism. When a lot of stuff you don't even have to face if you went to your own schools. We have at least 100 HBCUs. I mentioned Tennessee State, I forgot Fisk, Lemoyne, Knoxville College, all black schools there. So I don't understand it's almost like the civil rights movement. When people trying to integrate into restaurants where people didn't want them there, how y'all gonna get in other people's spaces and try to tell them how to do? It's the weirdest thing. And with so much that's going on in Memphis, man, the protesting that y'all were doing in that safe environment on the University of Memphis campus, man, that youthful energy and that youthful outrage could really be utilized to fight your fellow 18 to 28-year-olds or 16 to 25-year-olds who are committing all those damn crimes in Memphis. I look at the Kyle Rittenhouse protest as an easy target. It's easy. But for some reason, black folks don't like to tackle the stuff that's really affecting us. Kyle Rittenhouse, little ignorant, hayseed, retarded ass, has no effect on black people. But we're so busy trying to get pats on the back for, I guess, of standing in line or standing at the front of the line to, I don't know, help white people deal with their shame. Because he's definitely something of shame in the white community. But I would really love to see those black kids at University of Memphis, only 37% of them make up, student population there, to really stand up and fight for things that's really affecting black people in the city of Memphis. Can y'all do that? Because that was an easy thing. I mean, they got all worked up. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. But you know those little bastards that's around there stealing people's cars and breaking into houses? Y'all know who they are. You see the videos. It'll be great if y'all can confront them the same way y'all confronted someone who's not even a threat to black people. I'll go back to the decade when I said that that was the last decade of creating intelligent, really politically astute black students. I know this because I was one of those students. I wasn't a student leader, I was a student activist. We'll talk about what the difference is in a minute, but I'll say this. Student leaders pledge into stuff. Student leaders are elected, but the activists come from the mud. And we're the ones that shake shit up. See, those were a bunch of student leaders. They're afraid to go there. Attack was really hurting us. And in Memphis, Tennessee, young black students, future leaders of America, it's the crimes that we're committing against each other that's really affecting us. It's the gangs, it's the drug dealers. I would love to have seen all those students go up and down parts of South Memphis, parts of Whitehaven, especially Winchester, on the east side as well, Binghamton, Hollywood, and Springdale. Let them know we will not allow you, we will not stand for you to harass other blacks with your crime. But see, that's too tough. That means you'll have to do some actual work, young college students. And again, if y'all so offended by how white people are, or the so-called white racist ones, you'll have to worry about that if you enroll at an HBCU. Did y'all know that? Even in the point you thinking that you're getting a better education or the white man's books are newer or white man's ice is colder, you'd rather subject yourself to what you say is so offensive than just go to a place that was set up for you to thrive, for you to to grow without all the foolishness. So who's the really sick one in this situation? Is it Kyle Rittenhouse or those black students who are trying to impede his right to free speech? And Turning Point USA, I'm sure it's not a brand new chapter there. Y'all should have known with Turning Point USA, with the national reputation, that they were going to invite people who support or who they support with their right-wing conservative rhetoric. And you know the biggest protest that y'all could have done, black students at the University of Memphis? Not show up. That's it. But we're such clout chasers when it's easy. We're such clout chasers to get on the news when it's easy. You know how the women come out, how African-American women get in front of the cameras after a black man's been murdered? See, that's easy. But they don't ordinarily fight for black men's lives when they're alive. I know, Rico, you went too far. I've been black all my life. I've always lived around black people. I know how we think. I know what that Carter G. Woodson's Miseducation of the Negro book, I know what it said because I read it. I understand it. And I also understand what Dr. Joy Leary was saying in her book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. I know that. And that is... Man, come on. And you would think those black kids be reading those books there, wouldn't you? Nah. They too busy trying to use their collective power to protest a goddamn Kyle Rittenhouse. A little nothing. A little hick, ignorant, little pissant, pamper-wearing little bastard. So black kids, if y'all really want to do something in the way of creating change your admission. Go to HBCU. Or go inside of the city. Because University of Memphis catching that heat too from the people. Did somebody just snatch a young lady's dog from her on that campus? See, y'all got some things that y'all can really use your group and collective power for. But I understand how the black man works. Let's go for the easy stuff. The stuff that white folks approve of. A lot of them don't like Kyle Rittenhouse. The liberal whites don't like Kyle Rittenhouse. So let's all gang up and get him. And by the way, fuck Black Lives Matter. He didn't have to say that. I said, because fuck Black Lives Matter. That was a bunch of BS. And y'all let them lesbians, them black lesbians with white girlfriends collect $90 million to split between them and the Democratic Party. And then they went and moved in white suburbs to create a community for trans and other folks. Yeah, I said it. Y'all get y'all young black people together. So if any one of those black kids hear this, you want to talk to me, I'll be more than happy to talk to you in the words of correction. Because one thing I don't do, let me correct this. Shout out to Dr. John Henry Clark. I only debate my equals. And to a student, all others I teach. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. Like, share, and subscribe. And on my YouTube channel, share this live. I wish I could cut it down and cut out the beginning of it, but I have to do my little intro. But y'all be cool. Thank y'all for watching. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.